This is the second in the review's Undercover series, when I go undercover to work for a day in a local business. And now, let's go inside Legault Greenhouses at two locations, the production centre on Cassburn Road and the sales centre on Highway 34 near Hawkesbury.
So what I'm doing here is I'm transplanting Lobelia Sky Blue, and these are little seedlings, and the little seedlings are each going to go into a little cell here to get even bigger, so that at that point I guess that's what would be sold in the sales greenhouse.
Maybe it's the oxygen produced by all the plants in the greenhouses. That is Joanne McKitty's theory about why everyone who works at the Legault Greenhouses on Cassburn Road feels so happy on the job.
Hi, I'm Joanne McKitty. I've been working here at Legault now. This is my 5th season this year. I've had a passion for flowers for a number of years. I've did basically a lot of research on my own, trial and error, learned where I went wrong. Sometimes they were costly mistakes, but developed a wonderful passion for this type of work. I enjoy my job. I mean, I come in March. Instead of going to Florida, I am in the sun, in the beautiful air that has lots of oxygen in it all day long. So to me it's a soothing place to be, as I'm doing a job that I'm passionate about and they pay me for it.
Within the first hour of being on the job, I had to agree with Joanne that the breezes blowing through the greenhouses did seem to be made of something that was lighter than air. Early on, my undercover day at Legault Greenhouses revealed the detailed planning, trend spotting, and steadfast work that goes on behind the scenes all year long. Last October, the seeds for all the plants for sale in the greenhouses were ordered. And get this, even then Joanne McKitty was thinking of the selection of plants she would use to create hanging baskets, planters, and Mother's Day collections, all of which I saw at Cassburn that day. Not to mention the thousands of annuals, perennials, and vegetable plants that would be sold during May and June of the following year. Soon, Joanne sends me to work with veteran employee Louise Sproule and young herbalist Audrey Lizotte. She has just finished her studies and is working for the Legault business for a second summer. The three of us carry large trays of geraniums outside and place them in rows on the ground. The truck arrives. Driver Denis Saint-Jean backs up close to one of the greenhouses where we have many flats on the ground. As he backs up, Lise is just finishing watering them. Denis starts filling up the shelves in his truck, adding more shelves as the ones in the back become full. At first I had wondered if plants might slide and fall during transport, but I can see that they are packed in so closely together on shelves with just inches to spare that nothing will move. We work quickly, walking to the next greenhouse, and the truck makes the rounds, collecting every tray we have placed outside each greenhouse. Finally, he is ready to leave. And as soon as he unloads at the Hawkesbury location, he will be back, Lise says. Some days, as many as 5 loads of plants will be moved from the Cassburn Production Centre to the Hawkesbury location. We loaded the truck twice while I was there in the morning. We spent about 90 minutes carrying trays from the inside of the greenhouse and then loading them up into the truck. I guess you ladies don't need to exercise after days like this, I joked. They laughed. They both love what they do and they aren't afraid to say so.
That's it?
Yes, that's it. Il y a 50 géraniums des tomates.
Hi, I'm here at Legault Greenhouses, and this is part of the review's Undercover Boss series. This morning I worked at the production centre on Cassburn Road, and this afternoon I'm here to work at Legault Greenhouses, right outside of Hawkesbury. Let's go inside. So we're just inside Legault Greenhouses, and I was talking to owner Diane Legault earlier today, and she said that, as you can see here, people are spreading their outdoor living spaces to encompass and be part of their whole life.
Eh bien, bonjour, je me nomme Diane Legault, copropriétaire des Serres Legault. Déjà 9 ans qu'on a construit ce magnifique centre de jardin-là. Mon travail consiste à prendre soin de tout le bien le déroulement du magasin, tel que ma boutique cadeau, qu'il faut que je prenne bien soin, que ce soit bien garni et avoir toujours des nouveaux produits. Et puis c'est ça. Alors, je vous souhaite la bienvenue aux Serres Legault.
And you can see all of the accessories here. There's plants, there's chairs, there's furniture, and it's not the kind of thing you would have seen at a greenhouse years ago. You would have just seen plants, but I mean, there's furniture. You can buy fountains and waterfalls. So you can just get the picture that people are really wanting to spend time outside when life is good in the summer and really enjoy the best of both worlds. I could really move in here and stay here all day, maybe a lifetime, because it's just a wonderful place to be. And people are happy when they're here. They're getting ready to enjoy summer at its very best. They're getting ready to make the most of their outdoor space. There's even sort of a little area of peace, like a little Zen area here. And so this is the kind of thing you wouldn't have seen in a greenhouse 20 years ago. And so now let's go over and see some of the hanging baskets that are here. Legault's is known for its beautiful hanging baskets, and if you just look up, you can see them, and they're all placed according to where they should hang. The ones that need the most sun are closer to the top, and the other ones are at the bottom, and you can see they've really been moving here. And all of the hanging baskets that you see here were actually thought out and planned last October when the seeds were ordered, because they would know each of the different kinds of plants that were going to be put in each of these different types of hanging baskets. And of course you can see there's popular petunias, all kinds of dracaena, and beautiful flowering plants that are going to flower all summer long. And of course those are hanging baskets that are perfectly ready to go. But as you look down, you're going to see the perennials, rows and rows of geraniums which are being watered. People water these all day. And these are some of the geraniums that we were probably cleaning and fixing up this morning. They're all cleaned and made to perfection. Before they're sent here, they have to look like candy. And you can see out here too, this is what gardeners really like. If you're really into gardening, you want perennials. So there's a huge selection of perennials here. You can even see over here they've got stuff with ponds. Ponds are really popular these days. And earlier today we're filling this up and getting this ready.
Excuse me. Could you just point me in the direction of the rhubarb plants?
The rhubarb.
Yeah.
If you go through here and to the right, you'll see all the garden vegetables and things, and rhubarb is out there.
Okay.
Yeah, just go straight down and you kind of go outside.
Oh, okay.
Right there. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Louise, are you undercover again?
I am.
Oh, jeez. You didn't get enough.
These are beautiful dahlias. Those are petunias up there. We're coming down here to the dahlias, which are beautiful plants. You can just see they're so beautiful. These are bulbs, of course. They're big tubers. You have to plant them in the fall, bring them in. But any plant, any stage that you want, depending on the amount of time you have available for gardening, that's what I find so impressive about this facility, is it's just loaded with good things. Now we're moving into the vegetable garden section, and there's just every herb you can imagine here. Speaking to Diane, and she was saying a lot of people are doing vegetable gardening, and not to save money, not to be parsimonious, but just because they love to grow their own vegetables. And over here we have organic vegetables. Diane was saying that this was something really in demand last year. So this is the first year they've had an organic section. There's cucumbers and squash. There's herbs, green peppers, parsley, all kinds of things, and these are olives. You can see over here they've got basil. Everything here is organic, and I can see that the tables are quite empty, so I think this has been very popular. People do want something to put in their garden, especially if they're taking care to not put any chemicals or pesticides in there. And here's something really interesting Diane was showing me earlier. I think they're called a bag bed. And this one is actually a whole vegetable garden all in there. You can see the tomatoes in here, and the peppers are flowering. You can see chives, rhubarb, and beautiful romaine lettuce back there. So this is like a bagged garden, and it's a reusable bag. Just one of the many new products that Legault is always trying out. And back here, this is where the truck always comes in from Cassburn. You can see it's just coming in with a load of things from the Cassburn Greenhouses, where all of these plants are started from seed. And you can see that even during a busy day here at Legault, so staff are at work replenishing. There's always new stock coming in because it's so important to them to keep their products fresh, and everything is watered back at Cassburn before they bring it, so it really survives the trip well. Just as it is at Cassburn, plants here are everywhere. They're at eye level and above too, in about 3 or 4 layers. I know now that careful consideration has been given to the greenhouse hotspots. Cacti and succulent plants get the most sun. Hanging planters closest to the top of the greenhouse are there for a reason. They can take the sun and the heat, and they create a bit of shade for the plants that are below. This is a beautiful begonia. It's called Black Fancy. And it's just one of those plants that it's like light. If you look underneath, you always see something different. It's just a beautiful plant. You're going to have to buy this before. So that brings us to the end of our day at Legault Greenhouses and another edition of the Review's Undercover Boss. It's been a fabulous day here working with plants in the sun, and the one thing I take away from today is that the people who work here love working with plants and love being outside all day. And the best thing is they get to meet people who also love gardening and just talk about plants and gardening all day. And it's such a short season here in Canada. Everybody always has a smile on their face here at Legault Greenhouses.